What do you know? 17.4, 16.4. Not a lot of new stuff there. If you did the open last year, you've already done this workout. There's still some things that we can talk about, still some things you can do in order to get your best score. Obviously, you don't want to come out too hot out of the gates. There's a lot of reps per movement in this workout. So 55 for each round of everything is a lot. So most of you guys, you saw how Brooke did it in the open announcement. She was doing sets of 5s. So if you can break those up into some smaller sets, 10 sets of 5, 5 sets of 10, something like that, where you're just taking a minimal rest, dropping the bar, watching the clock, keeping count of how many seconds you're resting, and then you're back on that bar to get a couple more reps of your deadlift, do that. Number 2, those 55 wall balls. This is where you can actually make up a lot of time, in my opinion. If you can get all 55 of those unbroken, you're looking at saving 10, 20, maybe 30 seconds. So if you can get all those unbroken, definitely go for it. Definitely hammer there. Walk straight onto your rower and start pulling. The rower is where you can actually really lose the workout. If you go too hard on the row, you're going to gas yourself and just be smoked for those handstand push-ups. Remember, because we have 4 movements, there's a lot of time in transition. So that movement isn't actually over between the deadlifts to your wall balls to your rowing to your handstand push-up. Those movements aren't over until you begin the next movement. So nobody cares if you blast through 55 deadlifts in one set and then wait the next minute before you even pick up the wall ball. Does that make sense? So what you want to do is minimize those transition times, work in smaller sets so that you know that you can move on to the next movement and continue moving. So 55 unbroken wall balls, if you can do it, solid. If you can't, break it into 2 sets. If not, 3 sets. Try to go minimum sets there. Walk straight to your rower, get strapped in, and start pulling. Doesn't have to be a hard pull, but just start going. For myself, I'm probably going to try to average between 1,300 on the low end and 1,500 on the high end in terms of calories per hour. That's going to take the biggest chunk of your time, obviously, sitting on that rower. Again, as soon as you're done with the row, you want to feel good enough that you can kick straight up into a handstand, get in the right position, and start knocking out your handstand push-ups. For the handstand push-ups, take up all the space that you can on the bottom of your handstand push-up in terms of how wide your arms are, and still have your heels go above your tape line. So figure that out in practice. Get yourself all measured out on the wall and then see exactly how wide you can put your hands and how close you need your feet together in order to maintain a good rep on the wall for the handstand push-ups. That's going to be a big thing, focusing on keeping your heels together and dorsiflexing your foot or pulling your toes essentially towards the ground while you're inverted. The higher you can get your heel, the less distance you have to push with your hands, if that makes sense. From there, if you can get through one round, just start cranking out deadlifts the best that you can. You're going to go to failure. If it's singles, that's fine. Dropping from the top is not a bad idea. That takes off the eccentric contraction of actually lowering the weight back to the floor. It's obviously a little bit slower. It's going to take you more time. But if you've already made it around one round and you're back into the deadlifts, just start cranking them out any way that you can and getting back to the wall balls. From there, it's all throttle. There's no more waiting. There's no more pacing, essentially. So, again, on that first set of deadlifts, small sets if you can, but small, fast sets. If you have to start dropping from the top, that's fine. That's going to take some of the tension off your back. Crush the wall balls, really throttle down there. Try to get them in as few sets as you can. Onto the rower, pull a moderate pace. Make yourself a little bit uncomfortable, but not so much that you can't pop off that rower and knock out 5 to 10 handstand push-ups right away. Good reps, too. And again, in the transitions, you're going to waste a lot of time or make up a lot of time in those transitions. Walking from one movement to the next, moving right into it and getting a couple reps done is going to be way better than trying to think of going super fast through a round, dropping the barbell and staring at your wall, staring at the rower, staring at the wall ball, anything like that for an extended period of time. Go back and take a look at your old score. Obviously, that's going to be key into doing better, knowing how you did before. If you logged it last year on Beyond the Whiteboard, it's going to be real easy to look it up. If you have a video submission from last year, pull up your video, watch how you did it, watch what hurt you, watch what where you excelled at, and then try to make adjustments from there. We've been doing tons of handstand push-ups, tons of push-ups, lots of wall balls with weighted vests and all those different things. I'm excited to actually do this workout and try to get a PR. I think I got into a handful of deadlifts on my second round last time. So I'm going to try to get back to those wall balls and see if I can't finish those rounded deadlifts. That's going to be my goal for the weekend. So excited for you guys for this workout. If I think of any new things that come up while the weekend's going on, I'll add them to the comments. But good luck and stoked to see how everybody does.